Lucia!
I'm gonna leave if you keep doing that. I hate this so much.
That was our way to avoid being bullied. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Hot Tub Talks. I'm Chip.
I'm Garrett.
I'm Wade.
Let's do this thing. My goodness. I have a spicy debate topic to talk about because I was allowed to watch Spongeob as a child, but not everybody is. And there are many reasons other people can't watch SpongeBob, but I think it's dumb. Garrett, were you allowed to watch SpongeBob as a child?
Yes.
Wade?
Yes.
Dang it. But I feel like that is a big divide in our now culture.
Did you just ask if Wade could watch SpongeBob?
No,
as a kid?
I know, but
Here's the thing, because, like, you know that debate was, like, crazy for some reason, and, like, so my dad was like, okay, let me watch a few episodes to see if this is inappropriate. Because most parents, like, are just, like, blindly ban their kids from doing something.
Yeah.
Because they're like, violence, I don't know, crazy-looking starfish.
Well, what if you get pregnant?
Yeah. Impregnate me, handsome Squidward. Anyways, sorry, I'm a little excited there. Anyways, my dad, like, I remember distinctly him just sitting down and watching a few episodes. And he's, like, trying to stop himself from laughing. Because for some reason, as a kid, I don't know why, but it was, like, his pride. He's like, I can't admit that something my son liked is funny.
Do you want to hear what my dad did that
What?
more recently to a show? It was The Amazing World of Gumball.
That is really funny.
Yes.
I
he
did
was
not
laughing so much.
I didn't watch that show growing up
Did
at
you
all.
see the revival trailer?
But, like, it's pretty good. It's really funny.
Oh, it's so good.
Because I put it
Love
on
that show.
Netflix, and I put it on for my nieces
Yeah.
just to put something on. And he was literally just and laughing the whole time.
It's fun.
It's pretty good.
So, yeah, my dad, like, he was like, this is fine.
Yeah.
Like, parents who are like, oh, the adult jokes in SpongeBob. Have you watched The Incredibles?
Yeah. Or just
That's like my primary thing. Like, the opening scene of The Incredibles is a gunfight with, like, ARs.
Yeah.
down a busy, like, roadway.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and it's literally, like, dealing with marital problems.
I
like,
think the only reason to, ban SpongeBob, there are two. The first one is it's annoying, which, I mean, to be fair, if you're annoyed by a TV show that somebody's watching, I can kind of get it, especially if you're not paying attention to it. It's just in the background. Fine.
My dad didn't let us watch Pokemon solely because he thought it was annoying.
Yeah,
Like, legit.
yeah.
Like, he even told us, like, a few years later, he's like, you can watch Pokemon if you want. I just didn't like it that much.
Yeah.
Which is wild because SpongeBob's way more annoying.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, totally. But, or the other reason was because of not vetting it. Because I feel like most parents, now, okay, that gets into a slightly different thing. But that, like, I feel like most parents would watch SpongeBob and be fine.
Yeah.
Like, if you actually watched it. Now, at the same time, a lot of the adult cartoons were getting popular, like Family Guy. Simpsons were at kind of their peak at the time.
South
So,
Park,
like,
late
South
90s,
Park.
early 2000s.
Exactly.
It started becoming a thing.
It started really becoming a thing, and I think maybe watching SpongeBob, you're like, oh, it's one of those adult cartoons. So I can kind of see that.
Going back to Amazing World of Gumball.
Yeah.
I was in high school, and my grandma, which is like she's pretty sharp for a grandma. Like, she's not like an old hag or like really dumb.
Not like your grandma.
Yeah. Not like your
My
mom.
grandma's dead.
Yeah, so
I realized that mid joke, and I'm like, I gotta send it. I can't just stop now.
But we were watching Amazing World of Gumball randomly. And my grandma is in, like, the kitchen. She was babysitting. My parents were out of town, something.
There you go.
Excellent. And we're watching Amazing World of Gumball. And then she goes, now, boys, I know you're not allowed to watch South Park. You shouldn't be watching this.
That's funny.
And we're like, Grandma, this is not South Park. Which, like, it shows that she's actually, like, in times that, like, she knows what South Park is.
And honestly, the style is similar. Like, I could
see it, but it was also, like, it was during a scene where it was, like, a claymation character.
Yeah.
And then Susie, like, the head. And I'm like, that is not South Park at all.
Yeah.
And we
yeah.
were like, Grandma, this is not South Park. And she's like, oh, I guess you're right. But still,
Yeah.
we were all laughing at her.
Yeah,
She was like,
I
"Why?"
judged the kids who couldn't watch SpongeBob so hard. When
I
was
never
little.
watched SpongeBob,
I was like,
but I was allowed
but that was a
to.
choice. Yeah.
Well, we didn't have cable.
Right.
Yeah, it's
So
like
you're
there,
yeah. There was like the helicopter group and the poor group.
there was an era because we had cable growing up, and then there was an era where my parents were just like, "This is a waste of money." We're done.
Yeah.
So they canceled it for a while. So did you get reduced to PBS Kids?
Oh, PBS Kids was
Cyber
my
Chase.
childhood.
Yeah.
Fetch
yeah.
with Rough
I
Man.
also watched Cubo, but not a lot of people know what that is.
I don't know what that is. And the two strings.
I don't know what that is.
No.
It's a claymation movie.
That's a
I think.
completely
Oh,
different
I
thing.
It's
love-
pretty good.
I love Gumby.
Mm.
Oh,
That's a
you
cool-
showed me that. That's stupid. Thing.
I love Gumby.
Gosh.
No, I watched some PBS, but not as much as the poor kids did.
Arthur.
Arthur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
But no,
Sesame Street.
I always thought it was weird. What was your limit though as a child of what you couldn't watch? Because I felt like I
couldn't
didn't
watch,
have one.
I couldn't watch Family Guy,
Yeah.
Okay.
but I could watch
Simpsons, Family Guy.
I could watch The Simpsons.
Have you ever seen a full episode of Family Guy?
Yes.
I don't think I have. I've
I
seen a
think-
lot of clips on
No,
TikTok.
I haven't.
And here's the
either.
thing, I
But-
didn't realize this till older, and I think it's a big misconception. The Simpsons and Family Guy are two very different things.
Oh yeah.
The Simpsons, I would say, is PG. Like, it's
Yeah.
not for like little kids, but I don't think it's wildly inappropriate.
Do you think it's funny?
Yes.
I love
older
the-
older
I
Simpsons.
love The Simpsons.
The
Really?
current seasons are solid. Like, there's still some gems there.
Yeah.
Family Guy is like, if Simpsons is PG, Family Guy's PG-13.
Right.
What about American Dad?
American Dad's also PG-13.
I've only seen clips of that.
I've never
on
seen that
TV.
either.
And
Same
then-
with Bob Burger.
Yeah,
Oh, Bob's Burgers. Bob's Burgers really
still
pretty good.
PG, I would
Really?
say.
Yeah,
I've
that
never
was
seen it.
down.
I would
that
say.
one's fine.
But then, so yeah, it's like PG, PG-13, and then South Park's rated R. But
What
like
would
Right.
Rick and Morty be?
Rick and Morty is
R,
rated
I think
R.
that's R.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely there's cussing in it.
Yeah, that alone.
But
I don't like Rick and Morty.
I love Rick.
I
and
love
Morty.
Rick and Morty.
I don't like Rick and Morty, but it just doesn't vibe with me.
That's fair. It's a very
I don't know.
acquired humor,
Yeah.
which I guess like I actually have been wanting to talk about this for a while. Adult cartoons, not
Right.
just because obviously a bunch of adults love SpongeBob. I think
Right.
our generation loves Amazing World of Gumball.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be a hot topic. What are your thoughts on Teen Titans Go?
I never saw it, so I don't
Really?
care. Well, I never saw Teen Titans original.
Because
I
like
love Teen
yeah,
Titans.
I had only seen like the original of the Teen Titans, and Teen Titans Go is starting to get popular. My brothers liked it.
It's all right.
I-
It's
I
not-
heard it sucked.
It's hilarious.
Really?
It's so funny,
Really?
bro. I need to show you some episodes.
I've
I
only
think
watched
it's,
it
I think
with
it's really funny.
my nieces
Bet.
and nephews, but
Yeah. No, I generally like most things. Like I'm pretty easy to please,
That's fair.
so it's kind of whatever. But I don't watch a lot of adult cartoons just because I never really. I
Yeah.
don't watch TV in general.
Yeah.
I'm more of a movie dude. So, but yeah, yeah.
I think my love of South Park has definitely grown as I've gotten older. Because
Yeah.
I didn't start watching it till I was like practically out of high school.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this show is brilliant. I've
Yeah,
shown you
yeah.
guys a few episodes, and
It's pretty good. It's
I
funny.
love South Park.
Yeah, but like growing up, I didn't have any sort of TV restrictions. Only because I didn't really want to watch anything that I couldn't watch. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
it's
especially once it got to like PG-13, I was freaked out by movies. Like
yeah.
I didn't like movies in general, so I never really wanted to watch anything that would be bad for me.
Mhm.
And my brother didn't like movies at all, so he just watched sports. So between us two,
Yeah.
who cares? And he got Lily, and she was too young. So it's like I never really had any of that. But then I'd like want to watch a movie with a friend, and they're like, I can't watch PG-13, and I'm like, lame.
Yeah,
you know,
I couldn't until
don't
I
know.
was like 12 or 13.
I could watch PG-13.
Yeah.
There were certain
Yeah.
movies I couldn't like. I couldn't watch Joe Dirt.
I don't know what that
Joe
is.
Dirt.
You guys don't know what Joe Dirt
I've
is?
heard of
No.
it, but you and your weird stuff, bro.
Dude, that's a popular movie.
You're a weird
All
man.
right, let me Google it.
But yeah, it's like it was mostly just age stuff. Like I wasn't allowed to watch less so specific shows, but like just age appropriate stuff. Like I
Right.
wasn't allowed to watch PG-13 stuff not till I was like 12. And then as soon as I was able to watch it, suddenly my brothers could watch it too, which I
Right.
was like, what the heck?
Yeah, that is that's a firstborn thing where it's like,
yeah.
as soon as you can do something, it's like, oh well, it must be fine for the other two kids. And
Yeah. So, but yeah, other than that, like just age appropriate stuff and like rated R movies, like
what is this?
I told you, bro.
Yikes. It's only 90 minutes.
Why is Christopher Walken in it?
Joe Dirt. Weird.
But yeah, I didn't really watch anything rated R till like high school either. So
Yeah.
and even then, it wasn't very frequently.
I don't remember. I didn't watch rated R until I think I was out of high school.
Yeah.
I didn't watch rated R for a very long time. Just because, again, I didn't really have any appeal to any. I didn't really care.
You scared of 21 Jump Street?
I was scared of 21 Jump Street. No. I was afraid of movie theaters. You guys know that.
Oh yeah.
I was scared of.
Worked in one.
Yeah, eventually. But like, yeah, no. When I was I was shaking to go to movies in 9th grade.
What the
Like
freak?
I was 16, could drive. Just kidding. I was probably 15. I don't think I was quite 16 yet, but I was 15, and just like shaking, and I would like cling to my mom during movies. Now listen.
This explains a lot.
Now listen. No, there were 2 reasons. One, the real reason was because it's freaking loud, and something about the loudness freaked me out. I'm not autistic, Wade.
Are you sure?
Yes, yeah.
Are you sure?
No, the loudness freaked me out. I didn't like it. The other thing was, I was always afraid something scary was going to happen. But one time, my dad went to go see Guardians of the Galaxy 1 with his work, and he forced us to go with him. And I was like, I don't like movie theaters. I like movies, but not theaters, and it freaks me out. I don't want to go. He forced me to go. He's like, no, it's fine. There's nothing scary. First scene, mom has cancer and gets abducted by aliens, or the boy does. And it freaked me out. I was like, this movie sucks. So I hated Guardians of the Galaxy for a long time because it freaked me out. And it re-injured me. And I hated it.
The movie came out when you
I
were
was
13.
afraid of.
I know.
I was afraid of movie theaters for when I was little.
Yeah.
Like I thought I was
don't
gonna
think
get
I've-
shot
I don't
up.
think I've
Yeah.
ever been afraid of movies.
I was afraid of them because of the mass shootings,
Oh, really?
not because of the
Mhm.
movie theater.
No,
I'm
it was
still
just too
not
loud
afraid
for
of
me.
them.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No, it was too loud for me. But then, but then when I was in 9th grade, we went on a field trip to see a movie. We could either see 47 Meters Deep or The Martian. And my friends, and more specifically my crush, was going to see The Martian.
As you should.
So I decided to see The Martian. And I grit my teeth. And I couldn't tell my friends that I was too scared to go. So I had to. And I went and I was like, all right. And it was fine.
Yeah.
Which is good because Star Wars was coming out that December, and I knew I wanted to see that opening day.
Dog, that came out when we were in high school and you were still scared of movies.
Oh, I was shaking.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
No, I was afraid, but I got over it. I beat my fear. I'm a motivational speaker. I'm a motivation to other kids who are afraid of
Dog.
movie theaters. It's scary. It's loud, and nothing since has really given me that like scared of movie theaters feeling, except for Quiet Place 1. I saw the trailer to that in theater too, and went, no way am I watching this in theaters because it was just too loud.
Quiet movie.
Yeah, but the loud parts were loud. And then the other one was, I still feel like Megaplex is still a little loud. Like, it's not that loud, but it's like a little loud.
What was that?
My alarm that goes off every week
What alarm was it?
for my drugs.
He went to say for my drugs
Yeah.
to take my pill.
So yeah, anyways, I
Take your
still
pill,
think
Garrett.
Megaplex is a little loud, but
That
I'm
alarm
good.
is from like 5 years ago.
Why? Delete the alarm.
And then I work.
Now
Do you
it's
still
a
take
now
the
it's a
pill?
statement piece. No, I've stopped taking it for like 3 years.
Give me your phone. Where's your phone? I'm deleting this alarm right
Grab
now.
it, Wade.
Grab it. No, he will.
Where is it?
It's right in his crotch. It's right there.
Oh, she snapped you. I'm gonna just disable it.
Yeah. Anyways,
Don't tempt me with a good time.
so yeah, I was afraid of movie theaters for a very long time, but now I'm good. And then I worked in a movie theater, and we were good. And then, now I do work doing movies, and it's fine. So I got over it, but I was pretty old to be scared of movies. But that's why that kind of fear carried at home to where I wouldn't want to watch anything that wasn't, kosher.
Fair.
But yeah.
So, you have any scary movie stories? Or better yet, scary movie theater stories? What did you find?
Oh my god.
Oh my
What did you find
gosh.
cleaning up
Everything.
after 50 Shades
So
of
the
Grey?
thing, no, I don't know what movie it
That
was.
wasn't even that. Like, it wasn't the worst one.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised.
When Garfield came out. No, I'm
What?
just joking.
What?
No, I don't know what movie it was. The movie wasn't relevant, but I don't know what it was. It was like a clear container full of nails. Like they've been biting their nails or their toenails and putting them in there. And they
Like
had
a
been,
Tupperware?
No, it was like a circle, and it was only like that tall. I don't know what the thing would have been used for. Maybe
Tobacco.
maybe you
peachy
could.
dress.
Maybe you
They're
could.
into it.
Disgusting. No, I think it was female nails though.
Yeah, yeah.
Were they fake or
No,
real?
no, they were real nails.
How do they taste?
They
So gross.
that was probably the grossest thing. Not it wasn't the grossest, but it was like
You know what was the worst thing, though?
What?
I don't know if you remember this. I think you were there, though. The worst thing that ever happened to us while working at the theater. There was a guy. There was a gentleman in theater 2.
oh my god.
Oh no.
It was me and you. What do you mean was
no,
I there?
I'm
We
pretty
were
sure.
the only
I didn't
ones
want
there.
to say that it was you for sure.
And there was this
this
guy.
This is the last time me and Garrett were ever allowed
Is
to work
this
together.
is this the time? I'm
Yes.
gonna bleep out his name when wouldn't help us.
It was no. It was.
It was.
That's what I meant.
Oh
It was. So, there was a gentleman in theater 2 who had Down syndrome. Bad, right? He's
no.
going. He's chilling. Do you remember what movie they were watching?
I have no
I don't
idea.
remember. Some movie, right?
The
And-
movie wasn't horror movie or it
no,
was just a regular.
It was
movie.
a regular movie, but the sound and the sensory was too much for him, and he was freaking out. This poor man was having a panic attack in the middle of theater 2.
Aw.
So we get called down to figure out what to do. Now, the staff is currently me and Garrett from
And by the way,
6 years ago.
Garrett is Josh's size.
yeah, and
at the time.
and I am half the size.
Yeah.
We are tiny, and this man is like 300 pounds.
He is
Oh,
a
man.
big
He's
boy.
a big boy, and we have no way to get him out of the theater. And he's there with like his mom or something
Why
who's
is she,
older.
Why is she not taking
She
him
doesn't.
out?
It's gone. It's
We
gone
can't.
too far out of control. Like,
Yeah.
he is.
So he
lost
can't
it.
walk out. He can't walk out. She can't carry him. We can't carry him.
We got in so much
We
trouble.
got in so much trouble for this. And so we have this man having a panic attack. We can't go upstairs to turn the movie off. We can't do anything. So I call the manager, right? Because
Yeah.
we
That's
are
what
not
you
equipped.
do.
We are not equipped to handle this situation. So I say, hey, please, a manager, please come to theater 2. Please. I called like what, 5
We
times?
called a lot.
We called so many times, and we were just abandoned. So what me and Garrett did, we had to fix the situation. So we went and we got one of the carts.
So they make these carts for us to unload trucks.
You
and
know,
then
like the
move
Home
it
Depot carts?
and move it.
Flatbed car.
Yeah,
Yes.
You
yeah.
guys are monsters.
So we bring a flatbed cart up to his row. We load him on as best we can, and we wheel him out. And right as we get out, and he's still kind of freaking out, our manager's there, and he's
Finally,
like, "What are you guys
the
doing?"
manager and keep in mind, it took us like
It's
a
probably
20
like
minutes.
20
It took us
minutes
forever,
to
and the
get this
movie's
guy
still
on the car.
going, and he's
Yeah.
still freaking out. And he's like, "What are you doing?" And we're like, "Bro, we knocked on your door. We called you. We were trying so hard to figure out what to do, but we had to fix the situation. We got him out. Like, what do you
Yeah.
want?" Anyways,
By the way, the mom was completely on board with us.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, the mom was chill. Like, the mom was cool.
yeah, she's like, oh, I know. Cool.
Yeah, yeah. No,
Oh,
but we got
man.
ripped a new one by our managers,
And we
Like-
never worked with each other ever
and we never
again.
worked with each other
Oh,
again.
man.
Our brains were too genius
Yeah,
to work together
yeah.
again.
So that's the worst thing that ever happened to us on theater.
Oh my
Man, I
gosh.
completely forgot about that story,
It's,
by the way.
I mean, it's just, what else were we supposed to do? You know what I mean? Like, I don't think we handled it the best way we could.
Oh, of course not.
There must be some better ways.
The only better way is to get the manager
Well, it's
But,
because he
like,
has. Normally, you could try to calm him down, but he has Down syndrome.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
I don't know how to deal with that. At least at
You
even
can't
now,
send two teenage guys.
16-year-olds.
We were like
16-year-olds.
16, 17. We
Yeah.
weren't even like 18, I don't think.
Yeah,
No
you
way.
can't send two 16-year-olds
Yeah.
to deal with a disturbance ever. I
Yeah,
think that's
I
only
mean-
a manager.
The biggest thing is the best way to do it was to turn the movie off, figure
Yeah.
it out, calm down, figure it out, get them out.
Rather, pause the movie, and if everyone's okay with it, or if a few people aren't, we can give them tickets to come back.
Right.
But
Or stop the movie completely, give everyone tickets, and then deal with the situation.
yeah,
Yeah, but we couldn't do that because we couldn't get up to box.
Oh, we didn't have access to that. That was managers
Yeah.
only.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
yeah.
So like, there's nothing you could have done without a manager.
and if we had turned off the movie, we'd probably been even more in trouble.
That's
if we
true.
had that
If
option.
we had,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
true. That's true.
because it means they have to
maybe-
give out refunds. Yeah.
Maybe we could have tried to get him out of there without the cart, but we were small.
No, dude,
I
that
don't
guy
know,
was
dude.
not moving.
Yeah.
Pull up your job
He didn't-
description and show where that's part of your job
He
description.
didn't.
I know, but I'm just thinking
So,
of ways
like-
to handle it better.
Like, no, it's like you.
what was
shouldn't-
the best way to handle
He
that?
didn't,
literally
he didn't
nothing
help
you
us
could've
move
done.
himself at all.
Right.
Like
right,
we
right.
did all the lifting.
No, that's true. That's true. That's true.
Poor kid though.
I don't know. There was not. Maybe we did handle it the best way we could.
That's the
'cause-
only thing I think you guys could have done.
Yeah.
I would thought I am a horrible person. I thought you were gonna make a trail of popcorn to lure him out. Just be like, come
No.
on, bud.
No.
I'm a monster.
Did you
No.
want to hear another story?
Yeah.
I have two. One was just scary. I don't know. The movie had gotten out, and we're waiting. So we'd open the doors, and we'd stand by the door, waiting for everyone to leave.
Yeah.
But about the last two people to come out were just an old couple. And then the I don't know if you were there for this.
Probably not. We never
the
worked
old
together again.
man, this could have been before that. I don't know. This old man had oxygen, and the
Mm.
wife was helping him.
Mm.
Well, he collapses.
Oh, I was not there
gosh.
for this.
He just falls face first, passes out,
Yikes.
and I'm the only one there. I think because the other guy had gone to do something else just while we
Mm.
were waiting.
Yeah.
I'm like, sir, are you okay? I start like, are you all right?
Yeah.
And I'm literally, so I call the same manager. He
Yeah.
actually came out, and he handled
Because
it, but-
after the first incident, where he knows if he hears our voices, he better respond.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the first time. Actually, I think
still
that was
mad
the
he didn't
only time
respond.
I ever had to deal with an ambulance, like at
Yeah.
the theater.
Yeah. Because it's like, yeah, you could just assist him and get.
He
paramedics
was passed out.
Yeah, like.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what was wrong with him.
Yeah.
And then
Oh, gosh.
the other story was, so I'll tell you that later. So people get sick at the movies all the time,
All the time.
especially kids, because their parents don't manage how much popcorn they eat.
Oh my
And then
gosh.
ate the entire
They
large
eat the
just
whole-
popcorn.
yeah, the whole
Ah,
large,
yeah.
and
barf
then
it
just
everywhere.
throw it up. Well, it was after the movie, and I think, or I don't know if it was before or midway. I mean, after or midway. Well, there's this dad and this little girl, probably 2, maybe 3.
Mhm.
They're getting more concessions, so it must have been like during the movie. Well, she starts throwing up, and which is fine.
Kids do that. They just sit there. And
But the dad, and I'm not blaming the dad for this because I would have probably done the same thing. He grabs the girl and tries running her
remember
to the
this.
trash
I
can.
remember this.
The girl's projectile vomiting
So
the whole time. So in my head,
I
I'm looking
remember
at this
that.
because we deal with
I
this
do
all the
remember
time.
that, yeah.
I'm like, you should have just left her. It
Yeah.
would have been one pile.
Yeah.
Instead, now it's just the walls.
And it was one pile on the
doors.
tile. On the tile.
Yeah, this
bring
this
the
was
garbage
carpet.
to her, not
Really?
the other way around.
Yeah, because the carpet was in the. They're standing at the ticket aisle.
Oh, I
Like
see.
they're standing by the tickets because the line
Yeah.
was long.
Yeah.
Yeah, all over it because it went on the front door.
Right.
It went on all the walls, and he's just trying to run her to the trash can. And I'm standing there like, this is gonna be my job.
Yeah. I think I've even told this story on the podcast before. The worst bathroom emergency I've ever had to clean up at the theater. I told you that, right?
No,
No, one
I
day
think so.
I was there working, and we had some lady managers, and it was in the ladies' bathroom. But she goes in there to do a bathroom check. She comes out. She's like, "Boys, we're closing down. You're gonna have to do this. I'm not going in there." So me
Who
and
was
the
it?
other male manager helped me out.
No, but who was the girl?
But a woman. Do you remember her?
Gay
She was
Gina.
like chill.
I know who she is.
Yeah.
And I really liked her. I think
Yeah, she
she's
was
like one of the
cool.
coolest managers.
Yeah, she was cool, but she's like, I'm not dealing with this. So, yeah, we go in, and I kid you not, there was poop
I do remember
all
hearing
over the
about
walls,
this.
all over the walls, everywhere,
You just gotta like.
caked on the ground, and there was one shoe left behind, and a pair of pants in the toilet with the like the whole bottom half of her ejected except for one shoe.
This is like Ghost in the Stalls.
Yeah.
Just keep in mind, how old were you?
17. I was
Josh
maybe
is
18 at
not
this point.
required. Oh, if you're 18, you could have been.
Yeah, I don't remember.
If
which
he
it
wasn't, he's not required to clean up throw up or anything like that.
Okay. Well, yeah,
they broke that. They broke that rule all the
No,
time.
that's fair.
but-
Yeah.
No, it is the most poop. We had to wipe down the entire place, and it took like 2 hours because just everything was caked. She missed, let me tell you. Like, yeah, and then we had to pitch the pants that were left behind. It was
So how many?
so
I'm
bad.
trying to remember how many bathrooms were in that. Was there just the one?
No, there was like 4 or 5.
Oh, there was the family bathroom.
Oh, you mean like bathroom places in general?
Yeah.
There's 3.
Yeah, there's probably
I
one
think
on
it's
each side of the
stalls.
theater.
No, in this one.
Really? Oh.
There wasn't
only
even one in
one.
the lobby. There was a man, a woman, and a family.
That's it?
That was it.
Oh,
Yep.
wow.
Yeah.
So the women had to just had to use the family bathroom
yeah.
for the time that they were doing
Yeah.
that. I do remember hearing about that.
That was bad. Like, I can't
Because
project
I think I
what
worked.
happened in my mind to you guys, but however much
can
poop you're
imagine.
assuming, it's worse. And a pair
I
of
can
pants and
imagine.
one shoe.
Yeah, they had a rough time.
I just wonder where the other shoe went.
Yeah.
like,
She walk out of the bathroom bare ass naked? Like,
a lot of people bring blankets, or they bought a blanket.
just
then-
wrapped it around.
and then-
I just don't.
Yeah.
I can't understand how that happens
I don't know. Had to have been adult though. It had to have been adult.
with that much.
No way, there was a kid. Also, there were adult pants.
So they must have had to been special needs, or they did it on purpose.
no,
That's the
way.
only
No
option.
way.
I think they just missed.
No way,
I-
dude.
Yeah.
No way. You
I
can't
think it was
just
an emergency.
miss.
I think it was emergency. The miss. They're freaking out. I don't know.
All over the bathroom.
All over the bathroom.
How does that?
Now,
how does
it was
that
only-
just miss?
It was really only in the stall, and it like shot out from there, like Stranger Things. You know.
That's okay. That is just. I just can't believe it. It
That
was
was
just
pretty
an
bad.
accident.
No, it was bad. It was bad.
I
Yeah.
do remember finding some. I think it was just in the
Mm.
toilet once.
I've never. No,
It could have been.
lettuce.
No, it was a
Oh,
drug. It was a drug.
I
for
got
sure.
offered drugs recently.
No way.
Okay, so I was at my work conference. I was telling
Did you
about-
remember Dare?
Do it.
Do it. Isn't that what
Um,
the D stands for?
Yeah.
Do it. Or
So
you
we're,
ready?
we're
Do it
work-
right.
Do it.
I have to work on this mini project with a group.
Yeah.
And we're at this hotel in downtown Salt Lake.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, all right, so like me and one dude head down to the hotel lobby so we can just sit on the nice couches mostly and crank this out for the next hour or so.
Yeah.
And while we're waiting for the rest of our group, this lady who's like got her luggage with her, so I'm like, looks like she's going to the airport or something.
Mm-hmm.
She's just like, hey, do you guys want some? I don't want to take it through TSA.
Mm.
And like, it didn't quite register in my head what she
Yeah.
was offering us.
Yeah.
And so I was like, nah, I'm good. And then like she goes and just throws it away in like the hotel lobby trash can, and it was just like in this like clear bottle.
What the heck?
And then like I look at the other dude, and it both registers for us. Like
Uh-huh.
you know, you see like the little
Yeah,
circle above our
yeah.
head while the Windows effect finally works, and we're like, did she just offer us pot?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
We were so confused.
That's so funny.
And so I'm like, no, I'm not touching that.
That's
crazy. That's crazy. Well, should we go to break, boys?
Yeah.
It's getting a little hot in this room. All right, we'll see you soon. This episode of Hot Tub Talks is sponsored by Fossiled. Are you a fan of Utah Valley, the place, and a fan of the color green? Well, you can get a hat that says Utah Valley backwards in a nice shade of green. Are you a fan of Brigham Young, the man, the historical man, and a fan of the color blue? Well, you can get a hat that says Brigham Young backwards in a nice shade of blue. These hats are made by students for students at starving student prices. So if you're interested in picking up your own, click the link below. Thank you for Fossiled for sponsoring this episode. Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back.
All right, so do you guys remember Dare?
D-A-R-E.
D-A-R-E.
I remember Nova as well.
What was Nova?
I think it was called Nova.
What was
It
what
was,
are you
it was the
thinking?
same thing.
The same thing?
Drug
All right,
abuse
look up Nova.
resistance education.
Yeah, it was drug abuse resistance education. So they came to our school every year, or well, I assume they came to your schools. Did you ever have
Yeah,
Dare?
Dare Week.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
once.
Yeah, I had it friggin' every year.
I had it every year.
Yeah, and it's known for being notoriously unsuccessful and just not that big of a hit.
Yeah.
But that is not where the weirdness begins, because do you guys remember Rad Kids? We are
No.
now Googling Nova. Nurturing youth to seek out positive opportunities, internalize good values, and adapt accountability for their choices in life.
And they always had this wolf mascot that was called Polaris. Or, yeah,
So
Polaris.
it's just rebranded Dare.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It's supposed to be more
Okay.
entertaining.
Well, they've cut off his arm right there, so.
That's
Anyways,
what happens when
That's
you do drugs.
Josh.
yeah,
That's
is
Josh.
me. That is me.
All right.
He's got rosier cheeks. Anyways, yeah. So, Rad Kids was just like Dare, but for younger kids, and it was about being abducted. So, Rad Kids. Let me see if I can remember what it's. Rad Kids was a program that came to our school. We had a same sort of thing a week, but it was in like 3rd and 4th and 5th grade. In fact, it would have had to have been 5th grade. This is Rad Kids. And during the week, we would train. I think it was during PE or something. We would train because at the end of the week, there was a program thing where you go through an obstacle course showing off what you had learned on how to not get kidnapped, right? So part of it is a cop. So you do all the little things, and I don't remember what each little one was. But in the theme of today's episode of me being terrified of things as a child, I was terrified of the final boss because it was some dude, some local cop,
Oh, I
Dressed
think
up-
I do remember.
dressed up
this.
in all hockey gear that tries to abduct you, and you've got to fight him off. You've got to pepper him in the eyes and go, and then he'll drop you, and you move on. And he scared me so much, and he was all dressed in red, and I would shake just the same way because I was so afraid of this freaking Rad Kids program. I'm like, I won't get abducted. I don't care about
Were
candy
you
that
scared of
much.
fire alarm?
No. Oh wait, in school? Yes.
Oh my god.
It's loud.
It was loud.
It was
But I
loud.
will say, when it would randomly go off, it would make you jump.
Yeah, no, that's true. I was very afraid of the fire alarm for a pretty long time too. But this was Rad Kids. It sucked. Do you guys remember doing Rad Kids or Dare?
I
think
did
so.
Dare. For
Yeah.
sure, Dare.
I think I might have done both.
Yeah. Did you have an internet safety week?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We also had an internet safety week. Can you guess?
None of
It
these
scared me
worked.
too.
Oh my god.
Why don't you think they worked?
I don't know, which is a shame because I think they should have worked.
Yeah, I think
Because
they
it's
worked
like-
on
Didn't
me.
work for you.
Yeah. He's meeting random chicks
Then it-
online. He's getting offered drugs.
It
Yeah,
taught him to be
clearly.
the cyberbully.
yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. It's the people are stupid, man. Like,
Yeah.
I wish there was a blanket way we could end drug use, but at the end of the day, we never will because people are dumb.
Yeah. Well, do you remember any of these programs
Oh, yeah.
and doing them?
I remember the drug one. I don't know if you guys ever did this. It was Nova, though. We had those glasses,
Oh yeah.
goggles that made you drunk.
Oh
I
yeah.
have done that.
I hate those. They like make me seasick, you know, like
Yeah.
ugh.
Yeah.
Then you'd have to throw like a basket, like
But
a
it-
basketball,
yeah.
and it wasn't that hard,
Yeah.
but you couldn't.
At the end of the
Make
day,
anything.
none of these programs prevented me from like doing drugs more so than just watching like other people do drugs and watch it destroy their lives.
yeah.
So like at the end of the
Yeah.
day, you need, it's like a canon event. You have to be close with someone who's just an absolute addict,
Yeah.
and then every time you're like, holy crap,
I'm addicted to winning,
you
That's what-
lose at everything.
That's you just beat me in foosball.
and
But-
you in Fortnite every day.
All of these programs pale in comparison to the epoch of weird programs that would come talk to schools when I was in elementary school.
The freak is epoch.
nexus, the point, the top, the Everest.
Oh boy.
The single weirdest thing we ever did in our school. It was a program just like this that was called a verbal judo. And for a week, a guy, it was done by a local
Is
like
it a real
karate
thing?
place. I know.
Judo?
Yeah, I don't know what happens if I'll Google it. But it was, yeah,
The gentle arts of persuasion. Why does it have to be gentle?
I don't know. I don't know what this was, but they had some dojo down Main Street. De-escalation education. Teaching empathy, dignity, and respect for over 40 years.
I hate this.
So what they would do is basically an anti-bullying campaign. And what you've got to understand about the school I went to is there was no bullying. Legit, there was like bullying last year with one kid, and they shut it down quick because there's literally one, so they can focus on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I came from public schools. I came from coming home bloody. There was no bullying in my charter school, right? And yet, every year they had us focus on verbal judo. So if somebody was bullying you, you could de-escalate it in style. You know what they wanted you to do?
Victim shaming.
No. Wait, I want you to insult me.
You're bad at Fortnite.
Faggot.
Stay back.
I've seen this.
You want to know what else? Insult me again. Woosha!
I'm gonna leave if you keep doing that. I hate this so much.
That was our way to avoid being bullied.
I think it works. I am so uncomfortable. I am.
I've seen videos about this.
Yeah. I think I screwed
Help me.
something up. It's very loud now in my one ear. Did I? I don't know what I did.
I
Oh,
don't
it's
know.
fixed.
I was
Oh,
gonna say it's just you.
oh, is it just me?
Yeah. So
Well-
watch this.
See, that works as anti-bullying too.
I don't know. Maybe it's my headphones.
For some people. For some people, maybe not.
Maybe that's what Jake Retzlaff was trying to do.
It's stuck on my little pant leg.
There we go. Maybe I fixed it. Maybe I blew out one of my speakers. I might have just blown out one of my speakers.
And your headphones?
Yeah, legit. Listen.
I only hear one out of one ear too.
Only one ear?
Yeah,
Oh.
just recently.
Well, anyways, might be something else. I'll try to fix it later. Do you hear?
That's horrible.
Yeah.
What the freak?
I don't know what happened. Anyways, point is,
It's there. It's just make it quiet.
every week we'd learn ways to avoid bullying by doing something like that, right? And so,
That's sad.
I know.
Yeah.
So that. Oh, hey, that fixed it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's fine now.
Okay.
Thank goodness. I like these headphones.
Those are expensive.
Yeah, I know, but they're pretty old now. So like, if I
Oh.
just blew them out
These
with
ones aren't.
Well, if I dude,
Those are expensive, bro.
What-
They have the
not.
best football team of all time.
What
on
a
the
better way
not
to blow
expensive.
out a pair of earphones than
Than-
going woosha. Yeah,
than
with the
going
verbal
voodoo.
judo.
Woo-
Woosha.
With the verbal judo. Yeah. So,
I
anyways,
hate it.
that was our way of learning how to not get bullied, was to breathe, and that's how they taught us to breathe. And what's crazy is every time he would do it, he was so serious. Like he was
How
so.
many times did kids get punched in the face?
And he had the biggest pit
Well, there's
stains
no
you've
bullying,
ever
remember?
seen. Yeah, there's no bullying, so we never got to try it out. But yeah, literally, if you go to any kid who went to that school at around the same time, me, Ben, Lily, any of us, we will know how to de-escalate because we all took verbal judo. And it is the
So-
weirdest thing that ever came to our school. And I think it was just us. Like, I don't know of any other school doing anything like this.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever have a yo-yo guy come?
Oh, I think we did.
I'm trying to remember the name. It was a company that sent a yo-yo guy to, and he did. It was an assembly, and he did yo-yo tricks. And
Really?
you could go buy the yo-yos.
Oh,
yeah.
That sounds like marketing to children.
It is. Sometimes they had glow-in-the-dark yo-yos. Sometimes they,
It's like the dude trying to like convince you to buy like a class ring and like a
Yeah.
Letterman's jacket.
Or when the Marines come
I
around.
would have bought that though. Those are sick.
You know, and the army comes around and they're like,
yo-yo?
you should join the army.
The problem is, it's like all those like that stuff. It's like, yeah, it's cool and all, and then like you get it like the week you graduate. Like, why would you ever wear a Letterman's jacket outside
I would wear
of
the
high
ring.
school? Outside of high
Hold this.
school?
Yeah, and or display it.
Yeah, like you could put like I'm not gonna spend. It was like $300 on a class ring.
Oh, I would never spend that much. They make them so cheap now.
Yeah.
I forgot to do recording mode.
Don't get me wrong. Like I liked high school a lot, but I'm not.
You're not like Josh, where you go back all the time.
I'm not gonna be overly sentimental about it. Some of my bestest, most lifelong friends to this day are all from high school. I love them to death. I'll do anything from them. I don't want to go back to high school.
Anything?
Yes. So
now it's just us, the 2-person podcast. Welcome back.
Welcome back. This is actually a 2-person combo we haven't had before.
Yeah, that's actually
this
true.
This is the only 2-person combo we have not yet had. Do you know why he makes that blue light shine on me? It makes my head look shiny.
Yeah, and
I'm like squinting.
Why does he choose blue? I don't know. He looks horrible.
I don't know.
And it's bright as fetch.
Garrett, I choose blue because it's hot tub talks. It's like the frick my laptop. It's like the water. It's blue because water. Really, you should be confused on why I choose the orange. If you want to change it, we can. I'm open to it, but blue makes a lot more sense.
Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond in the sky. Dude, we should start a band.
Yeah.
Just us. Just the two of us.
My
my conversation lives in song.
Oh my gosh, he literally has it.
I literally have it.
Why do you have it here?
That's the question I was waiting for.
We should go burn it.
No.
You want to go? Let's go burn his Letterman's jacket.
No, I want it.
Where's the letter? Did you not even get a letter?
No.
What?
Make your legacy.
No.
Whoa! That's you, Josh.
That's
legacy
me.
videos.
Yeah, I know.
No. You gotta do the full 360.
I know.
Turn,
All right.
turning. Hold on. Look at that thing.
Look at that thing. Can I pet that dog?
Can't pet that
Can I
dog.
pet that dog?
Ow!
Anyways, this is my Letterman's jacket from high
It
school.
Wild.
actually looks quite comfy.
Do you know
It's quite nice.
know
I wish I
because
could wear it.
it's like
You know
like a
what's-
sweatpant material.
Yeah.
That is not a
more
real
wild?
Letterman's
There-
jacket.
I don't know if I've worn this since high
There's
school,
two
actually.
things wild about this.
Yeah.
No letter.
Yeah, no letter.
Right.
No school. There's no school on this whole thing.
There's this.
It
Oh,
says
but
student
it's,
council. It doesn't even say the
doesn't say
name
the
of the
school.
school.
It says
though.
that it has the mascot, but that
It has
how
the
many
mascot, but
mascots
yeah.
are knights?
Yeah,
we
yeah,
played
yeah.
at least 3 of them.
yeah, yeah. Totally. No, this is my Letterman's jacket.
This knockoff Letterman's jacket.
I really like this jacket, actually. I've been
I
thinking about
got
getting a
a
UVU
letter.
one because I go there, it's fun, but
Yeah.
like you have the same problem. You know what I mean?
I got a letter.
No, I feel like
and
you
promptly
can.
lost it, and I haven't seen it. Like I
Dang.
had it for like 2 days.
Dang.
Never saw it again.
I don't. And what were the letters even for?
If you were in sports, I got an academic one. And
Nice.
so if your grades are good enough.
I got. This
I
for
was in
student council.
honors. I didn't get one.
Nerd. We barely got these, so I actually didn't care for the jacket. Like the student council at the time was very like, we need jackets, and I'm like, I don't care. But the teacher was like, fine. So we ended up getting it. I like it actually, but yeah, I can't wear it. I think the boys' jacket, the boys' bomber that I've been thinking of, that could be a Letterman's.
Copyright
Yeah.
infringement machine.
No, because it's got only our logos.
It's
Yeah,
sick.
You tried to throw whale's milk on there.
That's true.
That's not yours.
No, but
we'll
you
get
know.
permission.
Yeah.
It's just free advertisement.
This is just mock-ups right now. This is just
No,
mock-ups.
no.
Also, I gotta add a logo on there. Anyways, I do have my Letterman's jacket here. It's nice because it has these inside pockets too. But
That is not a pocket.
Well,
it's
it's
just a sweatshirt.
It's a sweatshirt. It's fun. It's nice. I have it here because I'm starting my own DARE program. Sort of.
Why?
I thought we just talked about how they didn't work.
Yeah. No, I think this one would work.
Dare against AI.
Yeah, pretty much. So I started AI for Utah, which is basically DARE, but for teaching AI to kids in schools. And I think they'd use it because they're going to do better and like use it.
Mhm.
You know, it's not like don't use it. It's not don't do drugs. It's do drugs responsibly, kids.
The amount of
You
kids
know.
that don't know how to write a paper anymore is crazy.
Yeah, it's concerning.
How do you write a paper? I don't know how.
Can't tell if you're joking.
I can't tell if I'm
Yeah, but anyways, I started this thing. I reached out to the school, so I figured if I ever get on a Zoom call with them, I'd wear either this or the other shirt I have, and I'd just keep it here, because what, am I going to wear it at home? No. So I keep it here just for the cred if I ever get on a meeting with them to teach it to that school. But But right now I'm pitching it to schools. I've gotten in with the district. I've emailed the state school board. Actually, Adam's mom is on the Nebo School District board. I'll cut this out, but that's how I'm getting in with the board there. And I'm gonna reach out to schools, and we're gonna do that. And did you know?
He wants to talk to children.
For an author to come talk to your school, it's like $10,000.
They were wasting all that money
I know.
on like crappy authors.
I think
I
it depends
know.
on the author.
It does.
It
It does.
might.
But you can get paid $1,000 to $10,000. I'm not looking for any money for this thing. Like, I think to be competitive, it would be nice to get some school stuff.
I feel
and-
like most of the authors who
but-
would come were ones just desperately trying to sell their book.
Yeah. No, that's true.
Like, and they're like, I'm gonna advertise to kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kids don't read books.
But yeah, so that's why I have this, is just in case I pitch it to my old school, or maybe even your old school, because I know you're principal now, and so I'm gonna reach out to her.
That's sus.
I look like a nice tomato soup.
Let's
So-
go to comments.
Yeah, let's go to comments.
Let's de-escalate this situation.
I've got
Huh.
nothing to say.
Back off.
Stay back. What was crazy about that is it was like a fighting position. It was like
Yeah, it's like de-escalate by like getting ready to throw hands.
yeah,
It
exactly.
de-escalates the conversation.
Yeah, it did work on you guys. So there you go. But I like those programs. It felt like a break from school.
I liked them too. You got free stuff most of the time.
You did get free time. Did you ever have the rain droplet guy come? He would talk about the
Yeah.
water cycle and he'd give you a
had like
squishy
a
raindrop.
display as well.
Yeah,
I do remember that guy.
yeah. Wait, did you have any weird Arizona guys come talk to your school?
Yes, actually.
Yes!
So this dude, you cannot censor any of this.
Okay.
This dude. So it was in driver's ed. This dude,
Yes.
I might have talked about this before. He was a cadaver photographer.
What?
So like that was his job.
Yeah,
is
yeah.
that, like someone died, he had to come take photos of it for evidence.
Gross.
Yeah. So
Sick job.
like murders, just
I want
crime
to do
scenes.
that.
Right.
And so he but obviously car accidents. So he comes in, talks about the dangers of drunk driving and the results. He literally, this dude rolls up wearing a shirt that says "I see dead people."
Oh my gosh.
That's pretty good.
His name was
That's
Dick.
crazy.
Like legit. Like his name was legit Dick. He opens up with saying, "For the next hour, I'm gonna be your favorite dick."
Oh my gosh.
I'm
Just in
not
high
kidding.
school?
Yes.
Okay. Like, that's some.
And then he
That's
just
crazy
showed
in
us like
elementary school.
pictures of car accidents and dismembered bodies for the next hour.
That's crazy.
Like, this is what happens if you're T-boned and not wearing a seatbelt. This is what happens when you're not wearing shoes and riding a motorcycle. And it's just
Wow.
this dude's like skeleton foot sticking out of his meat stick.
Oh,
He was wearing flip-flops and riding a friggin' R6.
that's so dumb.
It's very dumb. So yeah.
You know those giant Honda dudes? Like the giant Honda motorcycles?
Yes.
I saw one of those at Home Depot right before I was here.
The Goldwing?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're so ugly.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
They're
I'm like,
so ugly.
why would you get a car but a motorcycle?
Yeah,
Like,
it's the modern Goldwings are fine, I
Yeah.
think, but some of the older ones are kind of
I'm
ugly.
gonna buy that
Yeah.
one.
It's like $40,000.
it was like
Pocket
it was like
change.
30 grand.
It's an expensive.
I'm just
bike.
joking.
It's super expensive.
It's Honda's like version of the Harley Street Glide.
Yeah,
Like they built those to compete with Harleys and their big old cruisers.
yeah.
People still buy them.
I don't get it.
They,
I mean,
they have reverse and they're automatic. You don't have to shift.
Yeah.
But at that point, like, why are you riding a motorcycle?
Yeah, exactly, right.
Like,
It looked to me just like a
They
car
don't
for a
ha- yeah.
one-seater. Yeah,
Yeah.
one-seater car.
Like
Anyways,
they're
look
I
safe
don't
though.
know. Yeah.
You'd be fine in one of those.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
get
So
it.
anyways, no, we had one of those guys come to ours too, but it wasn't like that insane. Like he
was,
showed
he was
pictures,
so
but-
funny, dude. He had his ball in, dude.
yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
My favorite, well, I shouldn't say my favorite, but it was like this really grotesque figure, like road rash, just absolutely
Ah.
twisted up, mangled corpse,
Yeah.
clothes completely torn off, and then they blurred out his nuts because like his pants were gone.
Yeah.
But like the rest of him didn't look good either.
Did he even have nuts?
I don't know.
He must have because they blurred him. Can you imagine if they just weren't there?
I'm convinced they weren't.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's
Wild.
crazy. Well, I enjoyed them. Should we go over comments?
Yeah.
Comments time.
Let's go over comments. This episode of Hot Tub Talks is sponsored by Pine Lens Productions. Do you have a great business idea, but you're not sure how to break into the social media market? Well, Pine Lens Productions is the company for you. They've helped all kinds of businesses from all across the state of Utah help break into the online market, and they can help you. From editing to animation to ideas to publishing, they're the company that will help you get from zero to hero. Check their Instagram out in the link below. Thanks to Pine Lens Productions for producing and sponsoring this episode. Welcome back, everybody. It's time for comments.
Comments time. Let's go.
We only have one because I was a failure last week between graduations and work. I had a ton of work. I had to shoot, so I was up, dude.
I
That
think we
was
only
so
got
much.
like one comment between everything.
Yeah, we got one comment.
And it's a comment correcting us because I was wrong.
Yeah.
They were talking about the MacGuffin. He's like, it was between Rutgers and New Jersey,
Not,
later known as Princeton. I think I said Rutgers and Yale because I always get Yale and Princeton mixed up. But yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot
Wade
to say
just
that.
got served.
Yeah.
Well, it's our editor's fault for not catching that.
You're right. I
Yeah.
should have caught it. That's on
you
me.
stop it, you blur my mouth, and then you do a voiceover. It's
Princeton.
I'm just like, yeah.
Oh,
Between Rutgers and Princeton.
this gets into a mini third topic because since we only have that one, you know what I could have done?
What?
I could have cloned your voice and done it with AI.
Oh God, not this again.
No. I do want to hear your
He
guys'
could make
opinion.
us say whatever he wants.
Have you guys seen VO3?
I thought you said Theo Vaughn for a second.
No, dude. Did you see that clip about Theo Von and Gaza, though?
Yeah.
It was
And
great.
and
I
what?
loved it. Theo Von talking about Gaza. It's so funny, dude.
He's
I
so
don't know if I
funny.
have.
I thought it was good. Because, like, it's him actually speaking something he believes.
Yeah.
And, like, he said he's not a geologist, which is hilarious.
Yeah. Theo Vaughn's a
Yeah.
crazy dude.
Anyways, no. Let me show you VO3.
We can talk.
No more silence.
Yes, we can talk.
We can talk.
We can talk.
We can talk with accents.
Oh, I think that would be marvelous, Fran.
Yes, it is very fun. But
Yes, it is very good.
It's very fun.
Yes,
Yes.
we can talk.
Yes.
Yeah. We can talk.
We can talk.
We can talk.
Yes.
We can talk.
There you go. That is VO3. Now, that was all one tool.
What?
That's what's also crazy. It wasn't like they did the voices and they did the thing and they... No, that was all one thing.
What company is this?
This is Google.
Google.
So
Okay.
Google
Where's
yesterday,
Google
or a
headquarters?
couple days ago, had Google I/O, where they come out with all their new AI stuff
Yeah.
and stuff. And one of the things they released was a bunch of new AI tools, and some of that new AI stuff was VO3. Would you like to see what is offered with the software?
No.
Okay. So,
I'm too scared.
so basically what it is that there is a new generation, video generation, but there's also a whole software you can use where you can edit like it's an editing suite. You can edit and generate all one tool, and you can generate or take pictures of little objects and then add that to a scene. So if you have like theirs was like a rubber ducky stick shift thing, and then a certain type of car, and then a certain dude, you can put that all together to make a scene and then keep it consistent throughout the scenes. The two things that are impressive of this are obviously the lip sync and the consistency, because that's been a huge thing, is consistency and just quality. Isn't this horrible?
Yeah, this is no AI Vader in Fortnite. That's
Yeah.
way better.
Yeah. What I think is interesting is a lot of the comments are about how, film is over. Just because, I mean, one, democratizes blah, blah, blah. Or two, just because it's so easy now. This tool is $250 per month. Is how much the editing thing costs.
It's a
But
new
in my
love
opinion,
with
it still looks like crap.
Yeah, I agree. Like a lot of the backgrounds look really static and fake. Their mouths don't look real. Almost, it looks video game quality, but then it's like that first comment right there. It's like it can only generate a mix mash of scenes that it has already been fed. So the amount of work you're going to put into it to get exactly what you want, just make the damn thing yourself.
Yeah. Garrett, what do you think of VO3?
I think it is.
Burn it.
It won't burn it. It is a huge progression
Yeah.
from what it was. So
It is. I mean, what, 2 years ago, 1 year ago, it was Will Smith eating spaghetti, and it was,
Yeah.
you know?
I love those videos.
That was a
have you
good
seen
video.
like the newer video where like they remade it with the new software? It looks
And it's
way
like
better.
pretty decent. Yeah, there's still issues, but
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's future. I don't necessarily love it, but
I can't see a reason to use it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a video guy. I do video for a job. But, yeah, I mean,
well, for one, if you're just doing voiceovers, this will take those jobs. I could see that happening.
maybe, yeah,
Maybe.
yeah.
Or if you're a guy that can't afford to, obviously, $1 million to get a movie going,
Yeah, yeah.
that would also take that.
Here's what I think, though. I don't think it's good enough. Here's my take. It is pretty hard to get a movie funded. I think you have to have a pretty dang good idea and setup to get it funded at all. And not to say that bad ideas don't make it through the finish line, but I think funding is a big filtering process for films, right? So if you can't get funding, you probably don't have a very good idea. If you don't have a very good idea and you're making it with AI, it's going to be even worse.
Yeah.
You know? So I don't really see a use in a tool where it's like if your idea has been deemed not good enough by people and you make it with a tool that is weird, I cannot imagine sitting through an hour and a half of this. You know what I mean?
Well, not yet.
Not
obviously.
yet, but like,
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not there yet.
Well,
but
I think I saw something recently where it was like, this is a similar debate of when animation started to become bigger and bigger.
right.
Apparently, like Hollywood hated it.
Yeah.
They're like, no animation. It's
I mean, it's
gonna
still its own
it's
thing. in
gonna
the
replace.
Oscars.
Yeah, it's gonna replace actual film. It didn't.
Yeah.
It really didn't. It doesn't come close.
Yeah.
It's just a different form, just different medium.
The
Like,
big thing is it is a lot cheaper.
yeah.
It is a lot cheaper. One big thing I'm worried about in the future is VFX.
I think VFX being used to enhance movies
Yeah.
might start using a lot of AI, but even then, it's like it's so inconsistent shot to shot. Like to get it looking the way you want it,
Yeah.
it's gonna still take a lot of man hours to fix it.
Another thing I've noticed with the editing of them is that the editing is usually not great because it's made by a guy who doesn't generally know how to edit.
Oh, 100%.
And so it's like, again, if you're using amateurs to do it, it's not great, you know, and it doesn't matter if your footage is AI or not. Like, it's made by people who aren't very good at it yet. Maybe if you put it in the hands of very, very competent people, but they aren't interested in it. You know what I mean? Like, part of the reason people do film is because they have the camera and they choose the shot and they get all the different shots and then they put it together, and it's about the journey and not necessarily the story of the end. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
it's not necessarily tell the story at all costs all the time. It's also the process and the art of the whole thing. And I don't see a whole industry going, no, we're going to forego every, you know, because even if you're a greedy producer, you might have liked film, or you might like film and the cinematography of it. You know what I mean? Like, even the people with money might still appreciate the whole art piece of it, and then the guys who jump on the train too quickly are gonna make trash.
Yeah.
And I think that's AI's biggest thing is I think if they actually waited, they might have a bigger chance of taking down some major players, but they're gonna get a lot of crummy people using it quicker, and it's not gonna take off
That's fair.
because everything with it is gonna be bad, and then it's gonna have a bad reputation, right? Which is kind of already what's happened. I mean, the first show to use generative AI was Secret Wars, and everybody hated Secret Wars. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, that's VO3. Isn't it horrifying?
it is pretty spooky.
It is very.
I'm trying to
very-
show AI on my Snapchat started doing that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's like edits me in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, no, leave me alone. I'm good. Who is texting me?
It's me.
It won't show up now that I'm looking for it, but
Yeah. The other day, actually, I didn't hate this. I was on Messenger, and I told somebody about a show or something, and then it did the underline, and it started a chat. If you click on it, it starts a chat with Meta AI
Mhm.
and tells you about it. Not the worst. I didn't like it. I didn't want it, but whatever.
AI use in search engines is fantastic. AI use almost everywhere else sucks.
Yeah, except it's so inaccurate that I don't like it in search engines.
Half the time, at least the search engines I use at work, it'll cite the source with it, so you can
Yeah.
go double check.
But the point you're double checking, just check a website.
Well, it'll
Alright.
bring up the most valuable source instead of having to go find it.
Right,
So
right.
saves me a lot of time.
That's fair.
I like it. I like Google AI.
Really?
Yeah.
My company
Nice.
has like their own one that they're licensing out.
Oh, really?
It searches our entire company database as well as like Slack threads. So
Oh,
like if you're
sick.
searching for an answer for something,
So you can't
you
sneak.
can find it.
You can't hide any Slack messages anymore.
Oh, you've never been able to hide those.
Private messaging.
Yeah, that's still using a company address. They can still Big Brother look at you.
Well, sure, but like,
Yeah, I mean,
now
it won't pull DMs between two people that you're
Uh-huh.
not involved in, obviously.
That you're not involved with.
I remember Brazil girl.
Oh my gosh. You're not, I swear.
Alrighty. Well, is that the show?
That's the show.
That's the shot.
show. There you go, Garrett. I got you your gift.
Thank you all so much for being here with us today.
Wait, I have something to add.
Yeah, what's it?
All of our listeners, comment on topics you want us to talk about.
Yeah, talk about topics.
We wanna hear what you want us to talk about.
If you want to be real intimate, get the relationship drama in there.
Yeah.
I want to hear about it.
We will give you relationship advice.
Yeah.
Will it be good?
No,
Yeah,
I
it'll
don't
be
know.
fantastic.
I don't know.
Dudes.
TBD.
TBD. We don't know until
You'll
we
have
know.
to find out.
Take us away.
Anyway,
Garrett.
thanks for being here with us today. We just want to ask you guys to share the podcast with everyone you know, family, friends. Make sure you follow us on TikTok at TikTok Hot Tub Talking, and Instagram at Hot Tub Talks Official. YouTube Clips channel at oh my goodness, YouTube's Clips. And YouTube
What are you
Hot
doing?
Tub Talks. I'm so distracted right now.
He's taking apart his mic while he's trying to give us an outro.
All
Just
right.
bothering Garrett.
He knows I have ADHD.
Yeah, I know you can't focus on both.
Anyway, and make sure you guys to follow us on anywhere you if I can find
Podcasts.
anywhere you can find podcasts. This is produced by Pineland Productions and sponsored by Fossil. Thank you all for being here.
Bye.
Bye-bye.